So today I'm going to be cooking a 3-course simple but delicious Valentine's Day meal, and it might be a good idea for you to use. You can use the start of the main course or the dessert, put it all together, or just watch me cook. So what we're going to do to start with is going to be a really simple starter. It's not complicated at all. And what I've got here are big beef tomatoes sliced. And I've got 3 of those. You can have as many, you can use smaller, you can use cherry tomatoes. It's entirely up to you. Then the next part is a beautiful piece of mozzarella. I love it. Buffalo mozzarella, this one. And so I'm just going to slice it. And this will go between the tomato slices. So just like this. So we're going to start off with a piece there and a little piece there. We may move them around, and a little piece there. And I'm going to put that one in there, I think. And this can go over there. So as I say, you're just going to have a little jiggle to get them where you'd like them. And I think I might just eat this piece. Oh, beautiful. I love mozzarella. Make sure it's buffalo mozzarella you get. Don't waste the mozzarella liquid. I have a use for that. So, that's pretty straightforward. Need just a little bit of olive oil. And you're just going to drizzle just a little bit. Don't need a lot, just a little drizzle. Then, I've cheated and bought ready done pesto. And you can either make little patterns or just drizzle it over. And then just a little bit on the side. At the edge of the plate on that side. And that's all you need there. Then I've got a little bit of basil, only a little flakes, and sprinkle that on. And a little bit of black pepper. Little chilies, flakes. And that is it. You can have some lovely fresh bread with this. And yeah, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? A fresh baguette, have at the side, or some focaccia bread, or whatever you do. It's simple. That's all it is to the starter. So as you can hear, sizzling away just here, let me bring you just a little bit nearer, is a pan on the go ready for the main course. Ooh, let's turn you down a little bit. So the main course is going to be, and let me show you this beautiful piece of meat. It is a piece of peppered steak already done. Dead simple. That's all you do with it. We don't want to put that in just yet, because what we're going to do is make a mushroom sauce. I've already chopped all the mushrooms up and the onions. Now this will be the skill to get all of these in there. And it's finely chopped onions, finely chopped mushrooms. I'm sure there was an easier way to do this. There we are. And we want those to cook very slowly. I've got melted butter in there, that's all I've got at the minute. So the mushroom sauce is for the beautiful steak to go over that. I chopped up some celeriac chips, nicely uniformed little rectangle. I've also got Savoy cabbage, all ready to be only briefly cooked and then put in a little frying pan after you've made the sauce, and add some black pepper with those. And I've got some beautiful, love green beans, beautiful green beans. And that is your main course. It's really simple. For dessert, let's wait and I'll surprise you. And a little cheeky bottle of bubbly, because we may only want one glass because we might have things to do. Or we may want more, but I thought it would just be nice with that to have a little glass or two when I come to eat this later on. So the mushrooms, the onions, a little bit of thyme, literally thyme, herb thyme, not thyme, and thyme to cook this down with a knob of butter. So there we are. We'll leave that to be cooking down slowly. Steak time. Now I learnt this off Gordon Ramsay. I'm name dropping. I did a masterclass through Instagram. They are brilliant. I learnt no end of little tips and things that I wouldn't have known before. So, how to cook steak. I'm not perfect at it by any means because I don't eat a lot of steak. It's not my number one choice, but I thought for this it would be lovely, and especially I wanted to try it with the pepper around that steak. So you turn the pan on the heat high, and you can feel it getting hotter and hotter, and you want to see just a little wisp of smoke or coming from the pan, a bit of a heat. You know when it's going to get hotter, but you want it really hot, because then you're going to add a little bit of olive oil. Let that circle around, fill all the gaps with it because you don't want any, and just put it back on. Now this is patience. You've got to wait till that's smoking. Right, so now I've poured the oil in. Got to wait till that's smoking, then we add the steak. It's nearly there. I can see a little, oh, did you see that? A little rise of the smoke coming up from the oil. And then you get your steak and you put your steak away from you, because that will splash that way and not to you. That's the sound you want. So the reason I had a little treat. I thought I'd treat myself, and I bought, you buy one, get one free of the masterclasses through Instagram. So I did Gordon Ramsay, and then I bought one by a guy called Chris Voss. Chris Voss, V-O-S-S, is an ex-FBI, I believe, off the top of my head. And it's called The Art of Negotiation. I tell you what, it's transformed some of my business. Worth a read. So, I know you'll all cry now because I don't have that much kitchen cutlery and things yet. The art is to keep turning it. Every minute, flip it over and move it again. And it will stop sizzling for a little bit, but then it will come back up. And then one of the other things to do when it's getting a little more cooked, push it to the bottom of the pan, tip the oil away from you, and so it's all round the edge of the steak. I'll show you. While it's sizzling away beautifully, let the pan help you. Push the pan away from you and it'll cook the bottom edge of the steak. And then leave it just a little bit because you can see the colour change. The pan helps you with the cooking. It is good for this if you've got a lot of fat on your steak, but these weren't like that. Fantastic. And turn again. Ooh, colouring up nicely. Now, as I said, I'm a well-done girl, so it will be in a little bit longer than probably most of you would like it to be in. And there we are, one perfect steak, I think, almost. Ooh, I'm just going to, lots and lots of pepper have fallen off and I'm just whizzing it round. And that side, there we are. So I'm going to take that out and put it on the side and let it just rest. So I've put the celeriac chips in. They've been in about 20 minutes. They're getting there. They're quite cooked quite well, quite quick, because that's why you've cut them down smaller. Another 15 minutes of that. By the time the steak is set for a little bit and the vegetables have started cooking, then it all comes together with the mushroom sauce and it's going to be fantastic. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, a lovely little Prosecco. And we've got to start with a beautiful mozzarella beef tomato pesto starter. A peppered steak with beautiful caramelized onions, crispy cabbage with black pepper and fried green beans, celeriac chips. Oh, it's looking good, and that beef is making my mouth water. And strawberries with chocolate sauce. And I'm just going to have a little nibble. So there we are. A 3-course meal. Doesn't take a lot to do. Looks very inviting. And have a lovely evening.